let's bring on our guest from Tinker DIY. It was flipping the two. We have Megan Hahn. Megan, how you doing today?
Hi guys, thanks so much for having me.
Hello,
Thank you.
Megan. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. You guys have a
Good,
packed
good.
list. I really appreciate the time.
Absolutely. We're going to jump right into it because we
All
got a
right,
long show today. But
let's do it.
let's start with you first, right? Introduce yourself. What do you do for Tinker DIY? And what did you do before you got to Tinker DIY?
Of course, I always find this question to be the toughest question. So starting hard right off the bat. So I joined Tinker just before product launch. So I've been here from the very beginning. But before this, I've had a long career in early stage startups, really helping them grow from a customer support and operations lens. In college, I actually worked in the service industry. And so, really, that passion for customer service and really making the experience great for everyone involved really just built a career off of that. Before this, I actually was at DoorDash, so pretty familiar with the industry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what we say about DoorDash and Uber Eats, right?
Oh gosh, tell
We
me.
we say no tip, no trip. That's what we say. But
Yeah.
As you should. It's
as we
wild,
should, you know what
yes.
I mean? Yeah.
Mhm.
That's we have to do it. But I know Tinker introduced a brand new product for rideshare drivers. But before then, before the introduction of this new product, which is inspections, obviously, which all rideshare drivers need, right? However, it's a virtual one. But before we talk about that, let's talk about what actually Tinker does, because the name's kind of right. I'm tinkering with this, I'm tinkering with that.
Right.
Um, I think the timeliness of this is amazing for the fact that we as drivers complain about lower pay over the last 5 years. And I do follow government statistics when it comes to maintenance costs because we're independent contractors. It's on us, right? So let's talk a little bit about the initial product of Tinker and how it works, what it does.
Of course. So, in its simplest form, Tinker connects drivers with expert mechanics over a video call. So,
Okay.
our original product was aimed towards auto enthusiasts, and we did connect with some auto enthusiasts who just wanted to build a little faster, couldn't find what they were looking for on YouTube. But what we also found were people who actually were calling for a basic need, right? I don't know what I'm doing, but this is way too expensive and I have to fix it. Or am I about to get ripped off? And so it really just naturally evolved into how do we support that everyday driver in their needs? Really, any driver, wherever they're at in their stage. Are you doing this for fun? Are you doing this out of need? How do we make that auto repair work easier, less painful, that sort of thing? And then now, to your point, we just launched Rideshare, which is 100% in-app and on demand. And so really it's just cutting down on any drive time, any time that you're off the road and just making it, again, easier, simpler.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do know a couple of drivers. I'm in LA. I drive in LA, but I know a couple of drivers who do their own maintenance, right? Routine
Yeah.
maintenance. Because as rideshare drivers, if you're a full timer, you're putting 6,000 miles a month on your car, right? I mean, brakes, oil changes, and things, simple things they do at their house, right? They just put it on the they don't have a lift, obviously, but I think this will come in pretty handy if they run into some issues. But you said experts. Who are these experts? Like, how do they get selected? How does that process work?
Of course. So I actually am very fond of our experts. My team and I work to onboard the experts on our platform. They're all ASE certified or they have years of experience as a mechanic in a shop, whether it be a what we call like an OEM, like your Hondas, Toyotas, BMWs, or it's just those independent repair shops and we vet them. We make sure that they have the customer service skills necessary to have this face to face conversation with you, while also having the experience to be matched appropriately. So, anytime you call, you'll put in some details about your car so that we can match you based on your car make and your issue type so that we're making sure it's the right fit up front, right? Again, cutting down on that downtime that takes you off the road.
Yeah, no, that's very important, and I think it's really, really cool idea actually. But right, as rideshare drivers, right? Let's go into the actual the new addition to the product line of
Yeah.
Tinker DIY,
Mhm.
virtual rideshare inspections. I just had mine done, so I missed it. I wish, but then you have to, there's a time that, the app kind of bugs you saying you need an inspection. You need an inspection. I'm like, okay, I get an inspection. So how does that process work? How is it different from others? Because I know there are a couple of competitors out there that do virtual inspections. And why are virtual inspections as good or better than physical inspections?
Of course, I love this question. And I am really sad that you just got your inspection, so you couldn't vet it yourself. But hey, we're going to be here next year when you're ready for your new one. But basically, the inspection is a requirement, right? So
Yeah.
if you have to do it, how do we make this as painless as possible for you? And so, of course, there are other competitors out there. They have you go from the web to a scheduler, and then you'll have a video call. This is all in app in one place. And when you're done, your form is available for download in the app as well. So our goal is always, how do we simplify this process that's just mandatory and a part of like your everyday experience? And so just like I explained, you open the app, you buy a rideshare call, and then you just connect with the driver when you're ready. And they take you through either your 19 or 22-point inspection, depending on which state you're in. And then it's as simple as that. I know there are times where you can use a service where you upload photos, but because you're in real time on the video, there's no going back and forth. It's very much here, just position a little bit more this way. Let me see the odometer. And it's just very simple. We had an idea of how long we thought it was going to take, but we found that most of these inspections are done in under 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
really convenient product.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know if I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. Maybe you know.
Okay.
Does Uber and Lyft did they approve this process with Tinker DIY, or did they have to, or how does it go? Because like I don't want to go through an inspection and send it to Uber and Lyft, and they go like, oh, we don't accept that. They may
Yeah, that
have
would
like
be
their own
awful.
designated virtual inspectors or whatever. I don't know. So
So I believe, I want to say Uber has one partner that they say, hey, we vouch for this company.
okay,
But what we've done is we followed their guidelines. So while we're not partnering directly with Uber and Lyft, we are only offering the service in states where they said they would offer virtual inspections.
okay.
Again, wanting to make this as painless as possible, we made sure to do our due diligence and check for all of that up front so that these forms ideally would not get rejected in the
How
process.
many states is that? Do you know at the moment?
So right now we're growing, right? So we just did a pilot in 8. We're going to roll out to 10 more, and we're going to keep on rolling. Not quite sure how many we'll land at exactly, but we are rapidly expanding where we can.
Okay. One other question that comes to mind is the cost, obviously, right?
Mhm.
And we should talk a little bit about that as well.
Yes, of course. So I actually love this question because I get to share a promo code too.
Yeah.
So right now it is $39.99 for one inspection. So that could be Uber or Lyft. But if you drive for both, you can get both inspection forms in the same call for $49.99.
Okay.
And for all of your listeners, they can get 20% off this rideshare inspection by using code RSG20.
Yep. It's in the link is in the show notes, and
All right.
we are going through October, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken,
through
30th or
October
31st.
31st. Yeah.
Okay, so the code is good until then. So folks, if you're gonna go get an inspection done at Jiffy Lube like I did and pay, I think it was like $24.99, and times 2 it's $50. So it's the same thing basically, and you don't have to go to Jiffy Lube and deal with get in line and do all that stuff. So I think I think the cost is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it saves you time, right? You get back on the road faster and you don't spend money on gas driving there. So
Time is
it's wherever
money.
you want to be. Mhm.
Time is money, Megan.
Yeah.
How long has Tinker been around, by the way?
So we launched in October of 2023, but we didn't really start marketing until April of 2024. So we're
Okay.
relatively new,
Okay.
finding our
So
footing.
initially it was, let's say, in the days of COVID, it was like a teledoc, right? So it'd be like
Mhm.
virtual doctor visits and things like that. And then, so this is like that, basically. It's just doctor for your car. If you want to fix your car and you don't want to shuffle through a million YouTube videos like I do, just go to Tinker and then say, hey, I can't fix this. Help me out.
Exactly. And you know, I've seen so many calls like that where they're like, this cap is stuck and all these videos are not telling me how to get it off. They're like, I can't take it anymore. So exactly.
Well, the other advantage is once you do that on YouTube, right, the YouTube algorithm will feed you, you know, the same type of video for the rest of your life now, which is bad, right? Okay, so Tinker is around and it's doing well, I'm hoping. And you just introduced Rideshare. What other products are coming down the pike? Do you know?
Yes, great question. So with Rideshare, we're trying to make it even simpler. So we've simplified the process. It's 10 minutes, it's download in app. Now we're trying to figure out how can we make downloading and upload even simpler for whatever you need to do. And so our goal is always simplification, making your life easier. So looking for B2B partners to really help guide you through more cost-effective issue handling. So no concrete things to share just yet, but just a lot in the works right now.
Okay, and as far as expansion plans, states, you said you started in 8, you're going to go to 10 more. Obviously, you're expanding.
Yes. So for our general product, we're in 42 states.
Okay.
In Rideshare, 8, and we're trying to get up to that full 42 as quickly as possible.
Okay, cool. Well, our time is up, but I'll give you the floor, whatever you want to talk to our crowd about. So for folks, don't forget RSG20 until the end of October, 20% off if you do use Tinker products. So that's that. But I'll give you the floor. You'll just close the segment up.
Okay, no problem. That was quick. Thank you, guys. So really just want to emphasize that our goal is to make everything a little bit easier, the painful necessary parts, right? Whether it be car maintenance or your rideshare inspection. And so our goal is to build that trust with you from that very first experience and really just help you stay on the road, help you keep earning as much money as possible, and then really just being there for you in your time of need when you do have to take that necessary break to fix your car or complete that inspection. So really hope to see all of you on the Tinker app. It's Tinker DIY, and your promo code is RSG20.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, I have a tendency of becoming Uber Lyft support these days. So instead of doing that, you know, you guys can email me your questions. I'm sure there'll be some questions after the show. I'll forward it to Megan, and then we'll go from there. So
yes, please. Also, my team might be upset with me for saying this, but I am support at tinkerdiy.com. My team is support at tinkerdiy.com. So we're also happy to take some questions for you as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. I think it's a wonderful idea. I really do, especially with the costs of rideshare drivers going through the roof.
Yes.
And the more you can do things yourself, the better it is. You cut down on the cost and save some money and make more money ultimately. Well, thank you, Megan. Much appreciated. See, it was nothing. That was so simple. It was nothing.
You guys, this is great. Thank you. My first podcast.
There you go. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
All right. Take care now.
Have a great day, Megan.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.